Here we go. Welcome back to another episode of Highly Unapologetic, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Your hellos are getting better and better every week. Episode 45. We're in the house tonight.
I'm back.
Hello.
Who's that supposed to be?
Michael.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
45.
I haven't watched episode 9 or 10 yet, so we're not going to talk about it today.
Is
it gone that far?
Yeah.
It was only 6.
Yeah.
It's over.
We are. I just got off work today, so I didn't have time to sit down and go over it.
I was really hoping we could talk about it.
No, you weren't.
I watched it twice.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hey, well.
Good stuff.
Anyway, tonight in the studio, we got a special guest tonight, friend of the show, Travis. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Kicking it with us tonight.
Hello.
And, but anyways, before we get started, a couple things. Like I said, we're not going to talk about Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, whatever. But I did start playing Fortnite, and I got some things to say about this. First of all, I'm sorry to anybody I've ever talked trash to about playing Fortnite and how lame you are for playing Fortnite, because now I'm kind of into it, and I'm kind of good.
You get hooked a little bit?
Yeah, I definitely got hooked. I played on the iPad.
Okay.
I tried to play it on the TV one time, and it was real hard because I guess there's too much real estate for me to have to look at.
Yeah.
And so when it's all compact on the iPad, well, I started on my phone, but that was too small, so graduated up to the iPad. Eventually, we're going to try to get to the TV.
Just get a small TV.
Yeah,
like a monitor.
Yeah, I could probably put it on this one right here. So I texted Riley, all excited, like, hey, the people at work, they talked me into downloading Fortnite on the phone, like, let's go, squad up. He's like, all right, cool. So I'm getting real nerdy with it.
Yeah.
So later on that night, he's finally able to play, and we're playing, and it made me feel bad. Fatherly instincts kicked in when I saw him die. I saw him die, and I felt bad. So as a dad, I'm going through the gunfire to try to revive him, and I got shot.
Yeah.
Trying to save my son, thinking it was real life.
You remember the South Park episode when they did World of Warcraft?
Yes.
And he's, Stan!
Yes.
No, get over Stan, just go.
Yeah, that's it. And the stupid thing about it is, when Riley dies, he's like, ah! And then he's over it. Like, he doesn't care. But here I am in another room, fatherly, like, tears rolling down my eyes because he's dying in Fortnite.
Having flashbacks.
Yeah. And it's just, man.
I can literally hear Murphy yelling at 1 a.m, just going crazy playing Fortnite with his friends. I'm asleep. I can hear him across the house with both doors shut and the air's on, like, in my ear.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell?
Have you seen
I go in there and he's like, what?
And he's fine. Yeah. He's fine. This one's in here jumping around, hollering, yelling. Oh, how did he get me? I had. Walk in. Hey, dude. He goes, yeah. What's up, Dad?
Yeah. What's going on? Nothing. It's getting intense.
But I have realized that Fortnite is super emotional as a dad if you're playing with your sons.
Gosh.
I'm playing with my coworkers and they died and I didn't care.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, when I play Murphy and Madden, I'll run it up on him, and he's like crying right next to me. I'm laughing. Well, you shouldn't have threw that ball. What do you do?
He was double covered.
Yeah, and that's how I try to do with it. Like, there's no mercy on Madden when I play him, but he's getting so good. He's almost to the point where he's gonna start beating me consistently. He'll beat me every once in a while.
Now the question is, if they brought back Blitz, would you like power bomb him?
Yeah,
After
absolutely, absolutely.
Because you're in the same room.
He has no idea what Blitz is.
That honestly bothers me more than anything. Is that with like sports gaming.
Right.
None of that like like the NBA
Right.
and the NFL Blitz and like just the crazy like big character. These kids have they're like it's all about the realism.
Right.
They
What
don't get
was
that
NBA Jam was pretty
NBA
good.
Jam.
NBA Jam? It was
3 in a row, you get on fire.
Yeah,
Throwing
exactly.
flames,
Oh,
baby.
these kids have no idea. What was the other football one? NFL Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got down on NFL
Yeah.
Street.
The only thing I hated is there was no breakaways in NFL Street. Like once you got by somebody and you thought you were home free, somebody was catching up to
Yeah.
you and power bombing.
And
you.
now it's a glitch.
Yeah.
They're not that fast. I've already got them past.
Yeah. But I'm watching actual NFL highlights, watching people get run down all the time. But when I do it in a game, it's a glitch and I'm spamming and I'm, cheater this and cheater that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, man. I've been playing Madden since the very first one,
Yeah.
where you snap the ball on a pass play and 3 little windows pop up, A,
And you had to
B,
pick.
C, and you had to pick
Yeah.
which one to throw it to. Yeah, that's how long I've been playing Madden. But I'm a cheater because I ran you down. Okay.
Speaking of Madden,
Yeah.
I had my closest game in a really long time today.
Okay. Who'd you play?
Some random.
Oh.
He was cheating, but it's whatever. Should have had like 4 interceptions that I didn't have because whatever.
Just because.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I won 35-34 though.
Who do you play with?
Cowboys. Yeah.
Whatever.
Duh.
I mean, he's going to switch to Patriots too.
Yeah. Well.
You're saying.
Negative.
I mean, if you can't play with everybody, then I don't respect your game.
Oh, I can play with anybody. First of all,
At work, I let the kids
give me the
pick my
Dolphins,
team.
bro. Give me
Yeah.
the Dolphins.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
he's
Dolphins
dissing your
are
team
good.
right now.
No, Dolphins are good.
Yeah.
92
my
Dolphins
God.
or are we talking
I
about?
don't know. I
Dan,
don't,
Dan Marino Dolphins.
Yeah.
Undefeated 70 whatever
I don't
teams.
know.
Speaking of,
play
Madden
much.
used to have
Back when
the
Einhorn
throwback teams. Like
Yeah.
you can pick the like
That's true.
90
Yeah.
something Cowboys or whatever, 95 Cowboys.
Here's what needs to come back is the NCAA football.
Yeah.
I'll smash
Yeah.
every one of y'all.
NCAA 2002, I think, was the best game.
Yeah.
That was good.
NCAA
I would win with Clemson, and it's a kick returner.
I'd always play
Woody
with A&M.
Dantzler was the
Oh,
quarterback.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Way
But,
back.
yeah, he was a kick returner in that game too, and you could never get him.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Crosby was telling me that if it does come back, it'll only be like the Power 5 conferences because they're the only ones that are allowed to get paid off their likeness now.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can't put Williams on some names and number 46 on others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just put
guess.
player on the back.
Yeah. I always like going in and editing and making the actual teams. But it took too much time. I don't have time for that garbage anymore. But I got time for freaking Fortnite.
10
Yeah,
hours of
you did.
Fortnite.
Yeah, stupid. After y'all leave, I'm probably gonna hop on Fortnite and get some doves.
Don't lie to us. It's no probably. You're
Probably.
You're
You're right.
definitely-
You're right. You're right. Act like you know me. But anyways, tonight, Travis had a pretty good idea about a topic, and I think we're just gonna run with it, and that's man cards. When I talk about this podcast to other people, I talk about how manly we are.
Yeah.
You know,
I used to have a beard.
yeah.
I'm growing my
You're
back.
growing yours back.
just shaved mine off.
Okay. Wes used to have a double mustache.
That's right.
So he's double manly.
double
You almost
mustache.
got it going,
Yeah.
but he actually had like
He had the arc.
like an
Yeah.
arc under the lip.
So if I
I
it looked like one.
I
Yeah.
saw the new, the new king of the face.
Uh-huh.
Now that the COVID stuff, which I
Right.
don't think we're allowed to say any.
You
don't want to
say
censor-
say whatever you
We
want,
don't
man.
demonetize anything.
Yeah, no.
No, this
Corona.
guy. This guy had a full beard, kind of like yours, but he shaved a strip right here,
Uh-huh.
so he still had the mustache and the flavor saver,
Uh-huh.
and the neck beard.
Time out.
The mask could fit here, like fit over, and it went
Oh, I
into the
saw that.
cutout, and then he had the neck beard underneath.
So that's a perfect way to start the man card thing, because he needs to give his up. If you're ever shaving your face or shaving any kind of your beard off just to fit a mask on it, that's man card out the window.
Yeah, because Fitzpatrick doesn't shave his beard to his chin strap.
No, he doesn't.
Right,
Just fold your beard up over your face.
right. I mean, I have a built-in mask,
There it is.
so it's cool. And I'm that dude. His was long enough.
I don't like to wear the mask. I like people to look at me.
So,
You have a nice day.
I like to think that I'm Scorpion.
oh wow.
Yeah.
As
man.
vain as Wes is, he should probably have his man card taken away.
How does it? Yeah.
Yeah, but the stupid thing about it is I'm all for it, and I feed into it, and I
Yeah,
join
man card
in.
stuff. Yeah, that's not up my alley.
Apparently, Jazz has 10 man cards.
Yeah.
So he's got
Like
plenty.
a cat.
Yeah, he's got
Nine
plenty of
lives.
room for some screw ups
Yeah.
to have his man cards taken. Yeah,
Like,
that's cool. I got 9 left.
Like say being good at knowing stuff about cars and stuff. I get a lot of stuff about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know anything about cars.
I don't want to know anything about cars. I don't care about shooting guns.
Yeah, me neither.
Man card.
I did just buy a gun though.
Man card.
That's I think whenever we were talking about, I don't know what it was, but something popped up. I was talking to Molly about, I think we were talking about the hip hop. We were talking about music and
Yeah.
stuff. And something came up, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, God, like that is so womanly, feminine to think of. And then I thought, like, surely I'm not the only guy.
Was it Nicki Minaj?
I hate Nicki Minaj. I like how she looks,
Don't
but her
say
music
that out
is.
loud.
Oh, my bad. Jazz is a big fan.
I like the way that she looks when she does her
Fair.
music. But
I don't even like that.
there's some songs.
Give me
that-
the real women like Erica Badu or Jill Scott or even Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill asterisk pre 2009 because I saw
This is-
her.
yeah.
I saw her live
lately.
and
Well-
she was sweating and scratching real bad,
Uh-oh.
real
But-
bad.
Uh-oh.
But Nicki Minaj, yeah, you're down to
Yeah, that's
9
one
right now.
taken away.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I understand.
Unless you had
I understand.
11 to start.
But I can't. Honestly, I can't really talk though because of my fandom for John Mayer.
Yeah.
I like John Mayer just because he's like a kind of like a pervert.
Wait a
He
minute.
gets so many chicks. Like
Time out.
that's why. That's
Can
why I like
can you
him.
explain that comment?
Because he's like a pervert.
Yeah.
Well, like in the little tidbits he plays in little shows, like the Chappelle Show, like in that movie with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell, when he's like, "You want to see 100 girls get wet in a room?" or something, and he just starts playing. You know, all the girls. Are like, "Oh." But I've heard like stories about him, like just he gets a lot of girls.
Well,
Yeah.
if that makes
So,
you a pervert.
I'm all for John. I wish I could hang out with him.
Dude, I would love to hang out with him.
Pre-married. Yeah. Just
Renee,
yeah.
he's just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. But I would have loved to hang out with him. Yeah.
Like on the music side, as I was sitting here, like kind of going through my head, like I started like, what are things that I don't like
Yeah.
that you feel like as a man you should like, and then I was like, that list got
Okay.
going, and it was like,
Oh, you got a whole
I
list.
do. I was like,
Oh, I love it.
let's do it.
I love
and I
it.
said, well, what about things I do like
Yeah.
that may be like
Questionable.
questionable?
Go for it.
And with the music, dude, I was like I really liked Britney Spears.
It's funny because
Like not like teeny bop Britney Spears when she came back.
Like now? Like now?
post head shave Britney Spears.
no, I like the teeny bop one.
I feel like I'm gonna tell Renee you're just kidding all
I'm
night
just
today.
kidding.
I hate
No,
it.
but I mean, like, I didn't hate her music, and it's not like I jammed it or
Yeah.
rode in the car loud to it, but I would watch it on MTV.
So I'm gonna go along the same lines as that. The other day I was in the car at work with one of my favorite people, Big 40, and we're jamming, and it's a good song, and 40's singing it, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, who is this? Like, I'm already pulling up Apple Music to throw it in my playlist. He goes, oh, that's Justin Bieber. I was like,
There's some Bieber songs I like too. I don't like him.
Yeah.
He seems.
It was
I'm a believer, bro.
I'm a believer.
I'm turning into one.
I try to tell you this.
Because
There's
I
some
put-
good songs.
Because I put 2 songs on there. I put the one we're listening to. I don't know. Remember what is it called? Intentions, maybe.
Possibly.
And then Yummy.
That song he did with Khaled
Uh-huh.
was like the turning point for Bieber for me. And I think it was Khaled and Migos,
Yeah.
but like that one song, it was
This one that turned me this week was him and Quavo, and I was like, wow.
Usher did good.
Yeah, sure.
I've
did
always
good.
been a believer.
Yeah, I like the music.
this
I'm real into liking music and not liking the artists. You know, like I could separate them.
We have a friend named Rydon, And
Right on dirty.
yeah. And Radon, super cool guy. He listens to some really good hip hop. And I met Radon. They know Radon through flag football. And we were playing flag football one Saturday or something, and we were playing in the afternoon. Well, later that night, Radon also played on my softball team. So we were playing at Almost Park, and then for softball, we were playing at Rusty Lions right across the highway. So we loaded up, went over there. And the guy who was running the softball league, Charles, was umping the game when we walked up, and he always has music playing on the big speaker. And so when me and Rydon and Jones, we all walk up, and Rydon's complaining about the music. Man, this music sucks. Like, turn this garbage off. Well, Charles turns around and looks at us and goes, yeah, man, just hook your Bluetooth up, put it on whatever you want. And Rydon looked at me and goes, oh, yeah. So he walks over there, turns it off, hooks his up, and puts on Miley Cyrus Bangers. And Jones and I look at him like, are you being for real? And he starts singing along with it. Oh, he was for real. So me turning into a Bieber fan, more recent Bieber fan, I think back to that story, and it doesn't make me feel bad.
Yeah, it makes a little sense.
But I still feel like I've got to hand over one of my man cards.
Yeah.
Because it's on my playlist now. Like, it's going to come up more than just a time.
And if you hit the thumbs up,
Yeah.
I remember one time I was
Pandora.
driving, and my grandma was in the passenger seat. We were going to like eat or something, and she hates Justin Bieber. I don't know why. She's just against the Biebs for some reason.
Yeah.
So she wanted to hear a Justin Timberlake song, but I put on a
I could
Bieber
jam
song.
Timberlake.
Okay, so I
On
went to
purpose.
Justin Timberlake.
I
Wait,
jammed
did she know?
Timberlake.
She didn't even know, and she loved it, dude. She was like jamming out to the
You just
beat.
slowly pick your phone up.
That's awesome. Yeah.
this out.
Well done. I went through a Justin Timberlake phase too.
Oh, JT's the man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he sure is. I feel like he's on
He was
like
probably one of my favorites at one time.
I feel like he's on the same level as like John Mayer, but just different genre of.
I think it was just like cool music type. Like
Yeah.
there was a song he did with Clips that was real cool.
Yeah.
With T.I. that was real cool. Man, there's a few. Timberlake.
I
was
just think
good.
like he doesn't take anything too seriously.
Right.
The fact he can go on SNL
Right.
and Jimmy Fallon and just be stupid and then
Yes.
still put out a chart
he was
topper.
pretty
He's like,
He was also real good. Didn't he host the ESPYs? What did he host?
I think so.
Hosted
He
something,
hosted something.
and he was a good host. It was funny.
I just feel like once you get the nod of a like a good rapper, you know what I mean? Like you're in sync and you're kind of corny, and I hate
I
you,
liked NSYNC too.
and I hate you because you're in a boy band and all this stuff, and then he goes solo and then he does a song with a rapper. Oh, I like that, right? Like Biebs did that song with Ludacris,
Yeah,
you know, and I'm like, oh,
like his first song.
yeah. So, yeah.
I liked NSYNC too, and I like Backstreet Boys. and
Backstreet Boys.
I like
Love
98
the
Degrees.
Backstreet Boys.
Like I wasn't like buying the pillowcases, but if the songs came on, I
He
liked
had
them.
the Teen Bop
Hit
posters
me,
on there as
baby,
well.
one more time. If you ain't singing the lyrics to that when it
the
comes
Millennium
on, you're
album,
lying to me.
Backstreet Boys was.
I was an NSYNC fan. I like Dirty Pop.
So you probably like Christina Aguilera more than Britney Spears.
I don't like any of them. I don't like any of those girls. I like that Eminem went after all of them.
That
I
was
like
bru-
that
was
at that
brutal.
time too.
I want that
was
Eminem
cool.
back.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I like this. See, I like this Eminem that we have back.
It's
he's-
minus the methadone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's Eminem.
Well, actually,
What?
I think we enjoy Eminem. We just want Slim Shady back. For
Yeah,
an
I like some.
appearance.
That's exactly what my friend said the other day. I was like, man, I like this type of Eminem. He was like, oh, you like Slim Shady?
Yes.
I was like, oh
The
yeah,
alter
I do
ego,
like
yeah.
Slim
She likes them shit.
Yeah, Slim Shady was dope.
So, as far as music goes, yeah, it's the Biebs and John Mayer for me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn in two of mine. When I was when it had come up, my brother on his podcast, they talk about movies a lot, and my brother is a huge Sylvester Stallone fan. So he's always talking about Rocky. He's always talking about Rambo. Movies I've never seen.
I've never seen
Never
it. I've
seen
seen
Rambo.
all
Not a single
the
one.
Rockies,
Not
but
a
I've never seen Rambo.
I've seen like 2 Rockies.
I saw half of one of the Creeds. and got bored.
Now the Creeds were good.
Were they?
Michael B. Jordan's just a good actor.
Okay, so
Scarface.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I can't
playing
believe it.
Scarface?
Yes,
and
he
the
is.
new and he's
Yeah,
play-
yeah, yeah.
and
He
we're
is.
all just-
They're talking about Idris Elba being the new James Bond too.
Well,
Idris is a bad dude.
the only reason I will watch Michael B. Jordan do Scarface is because the Coen brothers are writing the script.
That'd be good.
I love the Coen brothers.
That'd be real good.
They did The Big Lebowski. They did Fargo, 2 cult classics.
Incredible directors.
So there's that.
But it was-
Just
I
about
don't know,
picture, he's not-
So actually, this one like kind of hit home, where I was like, I don't want to give that one up.
Do
and
it.
James Bond. I had up until like 2 weeks ago, I had never watched a single James Bond. movie.
I'm the same
never
way.
seen James
I've
Bond
never
either.
seen James Bond.
I've never seen
movie
Star
either.
Wars.
I'll
Same.
tell you if
Same.
go like when you go back and watch the first one's Doctor No,
Uh-huh.
the original James Bond. Which side note, looking at James Bond in that movie, like Sean Connery,
Uh-huh.
I'm like looking at this
Sean
guy and I'm
Connery.
like, yeah, he looks old already. I'm older than Sean Connery was in the first James Bond. And
Yeah.
I'm watching this dude looks like he's 50.
Yeah.
And watching that style of movie and how they did that, like it was just like a TV show. Everything was a set. It was all fake,
Yeah.
you know. But they're really good.
Sean
Sean
Connery-
Connery's James
I like
Bonds
Sean
are
Connery.
really good.
Sean Connery's great. The impersonations they did on him on SNL.
SNL.
Suck it, Trebek.
Swords for 600.
S-Woods.
I'll take the rapist. That's therapist.
S-Woods.
The penis mightier.
Suck it, Trebek.
I love Jeopardy. I like Alex Trebek.
So is my grandma, dude.
I
She's
love
on the
Jeopardy.
phone. He's sick, right?
You're gonna have to do an
Yeah,
RIP.
he's
Yeah.
Trebek
She's
episode.
like, super sad
Yeah.
about it.
Pancreatic cancer. Sad, but
Your grandma likes Jeopardy?
Yeah, she
And
loves
so,
that show, man.
is that what are you telling Wes to turn in one of his main cards?
No,
no,
Jeopardy's
just-
fair. No, I mean, you got to be smart to.
You gotta be
That's
smart,
not a man
yeah.
thing, right?
But the two longest champs.
You don't have to be
been
smart to
dudes.
be man. Huh?
The two longest champs have been dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three, right? They
Possibly.
had that three
Oh, yeah, and they were all
top three
dudes.
guys.
Uh-huh.
I watched all three of them. Yeah, I got like 7 or 8 answers.
I'm a Wheel of Fortune guy
Total.
myself, guys.
See, I don't watch Wheel of Fortune. I think that's less manly than Jeopardy.
Oh, really?
my big question
Yeah.
with that was like, once Wheel of Fortune got the digital screens and Vanna didn't actually spin the letter anymore, and she just goes up and kind of points at the screen and then it changes.
That one.
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
what-
You're looking at Alex Trebek. I'm watching Vanna White,
Who's still a
and
smoke show.
Fair enough.
I'm not manly.
No, yeah. you
Wow,
did.
man.
Got me there.
No argument.
Sure did.
one of my real good friends that I grew up with, his dad was on Wheel of Fortune. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did he win?
No, he actually was. He was a real smart guy. Like graduated top honors at Trinity, and got on would answer every question. Like bam, bam, bam. He starts getting all the things, and then right when he's about to win, he hits bankrupt.
Oh.
The next person wins.
I love watching
He
the
was tearing
failed
up.
Wheel of Fortune
Yeah.
It's like,
videos.
oh.
Yeah.
Mythical hero Atulus.
The best part about the fail Wheel of Fortune ones is a lot of them come with they're in the college ones,
Yes.
so they're representing their
Yeah.
college, looking like a fool.
I used to watch a little bit of that. I watched a little bit of The Price is Right too.
Love the price.
Yeah, of course you love the
You have
prices,
sick
right?
days. Sick days from school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Price is right.
Price-
Well,
Right.
I liked who is it? What's his name?
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
Yeah.
And Happy
Man,
Gilmore.
he's got to
That
be
was
like 100 years
hilarious.
old
He's
now.
like infinity years
Yeah.
old.
He was like a human negative.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
his skin was so dark and hairy. If you flipped him, he'd look normal.
Dude, he had a good tan.
Yeah.
But it was always, I always heard growing up that
He
he
had good
was,
hair.
he had good hair. But I always heard growing up, all the ladies that worked with him always
he was a
complained about him.
creep.
Like he was a
He's a
he was a
creep.
I wouldn't
creepy
doubt
girl.
Yeah.
I mean,
Once you get over about 80, you just start doing what you want to do.
If you doubt that at all, go to a YMCA and sit in a locker room.
oh, bro, you're right. What else? What else we got?
One thing I've always felt was like I almost give it up myself. I can't drink bourbon.
I can't.
I don't
I've
drink
tried
alcohol.
bourbon. I think bourbon's gross.
I think all alcohol is gross.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't like to drink, because I like to go out and drink so I can get drunk and have a fun time and not remember. But I hate the taste of alcohol.
Yeah. So do you drink at all?
In your life.
Not really. Hardly ever.
You know,
Only if I
some
go
people
out.
like- Crown Peach will change your life.
She'll probably knock me out. One shot, I'll be done. I don't drink. What I like to do is I go to a bar or something, and I'll drink with my friend. I drink Bud Light. You know, if I take a shot, I'm dancing, and you don't want to see that. You know, or
So I guess I'll lose a man card because I hate beer.
Yeah.
I hate beer.
See, I didn't. My first drink
I'll
was
hand in all of mine. I don't like it all.
the alcohol one. Yeah,
Beer's so gross.
but I like to play softball drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
I remember you showing up drinking a mango Rita one
Oh
time.
man, those are so good. There you go. Before we start talking about it, I used to drink those like crazy because I really like. And they got me started at flag football. I think Dave brought some out because Dave always has a cooler of different stuff to drink. Like it's never the same beer. It's never the same, but it's always alcohol.
You know what that means?
Huh.
That's left over from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
few different
More than likely. It was a team of
That
drinkers.
stuff was hot at one
Yeah,
point.
everybody would take different stuff to drink, but mango Ritas, and I started drinking those, and in the sun, and you're drinking them, man, you'd get tore up like on 2 or 3.
Do you remember that night?
I don't remember most nights,
My man.
and that's not from drinking.
You showed up that night, and that was the night Renee told us that she had a dream that she had twins, and you freaked out and told her she better never fall asleep again.
That's a good solution.
It's funny.
I'll fix that.
Oh, she didn't listen. She's been asleep every night.
Dreaming about twins.
Yeah.
Dude, one day you're going to wake up with 2 Wong twins.
That'd be cool. I mean, it's funny we talk about it now, but I'm getting old, man. Like, she's a little younger than I am, and she wants another kid. But I'm cool with it if it happens. But I don't want to be the 60-year-old guy
At graduation.
No, at the 5 at the. Well, I'll be. Well, how old am I?
You got to do the math, dude.
I lost myself.
You're 38 right now.
I started talking.
Listen, you're 38 right now.
Yeah.
You have a baby.
I'd be 40.
You knock-
I'm about to be 39.
Right, you'd be close to 40. So you're talking 58 years old when when that kid is graduating high school. 62-ish, give or take.
You just better hope your kids are nurse this thing.
College.
Change your diapers.
But exactly. But then I'll have a kid about 20 years apart. That'd be crazy.
Wow.
Whoa,
gap.
dude. Yeah. You got
Sam.
Sam.
My
I was
dad.
18. Yeah.
I have a 5-year-old going on 6-year-old little brother.
Oh yeah. You told us that.
See, I don't think I'm too old because I feel young, but I'm aging quick.
You don't look at that.
Oh, thanks.
You still got that glow.
Oh, thanks.
He was.
Hashtag no filters.
I had to be
One more. I'm running out.
He texted me he was here today, and he stood at the door for a solid 2 minutes. I said, "Hey, come in."
Yeah.
I was Instagramming.
I was trying to think of a good line to put with the picture I was posting.
Or a song lyric.
Yeah, or funny enough, someone else would laugh at it.
So what was the picture that Gabriel posted the other day, Gabe?
Which one? The wine bottle.
Yeah.
I was going through old pictures that people had tagged me in, because I was showing Sam stuff, and that one came up. I'm in a group with Gabe. I don't know if any of y'all know Gabe, but do you know Gabe Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably know him if you saw him. Huh?
Flag football game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No. There's 2 Gabe Gonzalez's. You're thinking of.
There's a tall, skinny one.
Samurai.
There's a shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy is like. He's
So
literally the funniest guy I've ever
So
met
when
in
you
my life.
watched the Bandits, and when the Bandits were good, Gabe played with them, and you went, "How?
Yeah,
How does he play with them?"
he's-
So he's friends with
so
Mario.
Funny and
He is
annoying,
hilarious.
and he wouldn't have a man card, and you could say that after 5 minutes with him. He just acts fruity the whole time. He's so weird. But I love Gabe. He's a good friend of mine. Anyway, we're on a group, and what his thing is to Photoshop
Yeah.
people in the group on stupid stuff. Like if someone posts a picture, he'll Photoshop, the I don't know, I can't say it, but he'll Photoshop stuff. God forbid you're eating a corn dog in public. This is all I'm saying, something like that. But he would just Photoshop my face on different things and post them on Facebook. You know, he'd there's a Victoria's Secret model, and he puts my head on it, and she's in lingerie, like.
Wow, she's 10 times better.
Yeah,
got all your tattoos removed,
yeah,
buddy.
he'd put Brad Pitt and like from Thelma and Louise with a hat and a blow dryer, and he puts my face on. That was cool. I say that one.
Hey, try to bring him back.
I'll try. I'll tell him. Yeah. I think he wants to do it. Like we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But he would just send me stuff like that.
Tell him we're not gonna do a football. Like we'll do like a real episode. Like he came and did a fantasy football episode, and he was still funny. But tell him we'll do a real episode, like where we.
And that was his first one, and I
He
guess
was
most
nervous.
people are nervous. Yeah.
I think that's a good one. On my list,
Uh-huh.
I don't like pro football
Oh my
at all.
goodness.
Like refuse to watch it. I've tried. It's just
Do you like college?
I love college football.
Okay.
I went to Florida
I don't
back
like
when Tim
college.
Tebow was there. So
What'd you do at Florida?
I'll give him another man card away. I was a cheerleader.
I mean, listen. As a college kid, I don't know that you have to turn in a man card for that.
I should hope not.
Yeah,
mean-
I mean, you're doing something.
Yeah, you're doing something, and you're doing something with pretty girls.
Yeah.
On the field.
That
Yeah.
takes
On the field.
On the field,
physical
yeah.
strength
Yeah.
and stuff.
I was there during a good time, man. Like I was there-
You were there with Tebow.
I was there when Chris Leak was in his last year
Okay.
and Tim was taking over.
Yeah.
It was just
So
a good time to be in
Tebow,
Florida.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Aaron Hernandez,
I knew Aaron.
Riley
cheered
Cooper.
I knew Riley. First time I met Riley outside of the stadium, I ran a bar downtown on the weekends,
Uh-huh.
and I was out on the curb, and a taxi pulled up, and the sliding door flipped open, and Riley fell onto the sidewalk.
My man.
And then two girls came out after him, and then a frustrated Tim, who was his roommate.
Yeah.
People don't know Tim and Riley are roommates. Two like polar opposites on the team.
Yeah.
Live together. And Tim gets out, and I was like, "Tim, you need some help?" And we're fine. He just picks him up, and they go about their way. But yeah, 2 football championships, basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good
Oh, yeah.
time to be a
Joe
game.
was there, right?
Joe Kim
Joe
was
Kim?
there. Yeah. Al
yeah.
Horford,
Oh,
Corey
yeah.
Brewer, Chandler
man.
Parsons. All
Joakim
those
Noah
guys.
has Corey Brewer in his top 3 NBA players of all time.
Joakim,
He also has
little
this tornado
tidbit.
shot.
yeah. His shot rotates sideways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that video? They slow it down of the free throw
Yeah.
that he airballs, and he does it, and he airballs it, and he does this afterwards.
Dang.
Yeah.
I like Noah
Shucks.
because he was like a Rodman style player.
Yeah.
He came
I like
back.
that.
I don't know if it made national news, but I was still at Florida. It was my senior year
Uh-huh.
after he left, and he came back one weekend just to like, oh, now I'm an NBA player. Let me go back to college and pull a super senior moment,
Yeah.
and got arrested for smoking dope.
Oh no.
And I
Poor
don't
guy.
know if it made national news. I mean, it was all over
Yeah.
Yeah.
in Gainesville.
That's kind of wild.
They think you can get away with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
I feel like that's every pro sports player's thoughts. You know,
Yeah.
I can go back to, college or whatever and do whatever because I'm so and so, you know. But you never hear any good stories of them getting arrested or anything unless it's Johnny Manziel. No, whatever. That's a whole different topic and episode. What else?
I don't know if I coached girls volleyball for about 5 years.
That was your
Is
daughter. That
is
doesn't count.
different?
No, yeah, that's way different.
Okay.
If you're coaching volleyball, like girls volleyball, and you don't have a child on the team,
Then maybe
that's weird.
I could when we go to big tournaments, I would see like grown men coaching, and I knew they didn't have a daughter on the team.
Yeah, they're weird.
So I was like, man, how did this guy get into coaching girls volleyball?
I got asked to coach UTSA's cheer team this upcoming year.
Are you going to?
Yeah, does that make me weird?
No.
There's guys on the team. So it's-
I
Yeah,
don't
make
know.
some money.
This-
I wish somebody would call me to
Yeah.
coach. Call me.
You need
I'll go coach anywhere.
a baseball job, right?
A baseball job, yeah.
Yeah.
I coach baseball. I could coach. I could coach football too, but
Can you teach health?
no,
Silence
No.
says it all.
I can't. Like, that's the one reason I probably could never go into coaching is if I would have to teach.
Yeah.
because I can't.
You'd have to go straight to head coaching.
I was never. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, because I can't be inside a classroom for more than 20 minutes and not fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I don't care what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Yeah.
That was my big problem in school.
How's that work out for you?
Oh, it's tough, man. Especially on days where we're not really doing stuff. Like, I just give them a worksheet or they're taking a test.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I'll just be on YouTube or something trying to stay awake.
Yeah. Getting mad when I text you about tournaments.
Yeah.
Like John.
I'm watching YouTube videos. Why are you texting me?
Yeah, leave me alone, dude. I'm watching this video about, and then he'd go into it. What a jerk. I'm trying to think of more that I got. I don't play fantasy football.
Oh, I love fantasy sports, all of them.
Does that count?
If it does,
You just said, I don't know. I love
know.
fantasy.
It is fun, though.
like crossing my fingers. Fantasy. We can play fantasy football this season.
Yeah,
I'm addicted to it.
I do play fantasy baseball, and I'm a little upset right now that because I got second last year. This league that I'm in, I took over a team probably 7 or 8 years ago, and it was a horrible team. Best player I had was like Miguel Cabrera, and now he's old, and he's one that sits on the bench at the time. So I've had to build it, and I have finally realized that toward the end of the year, I go and pick up prospects for the next year. So 2 years ago, I went in and I picked Vladdy Jr., Bo Bichette, Derek Dietrich, and then they all got called up, and now they're killing it. And so now I do that every year. So
yeah, I do that, or I pick a guy that had Tommy John this year. So like he goes down with Tommy John this year, I pick him up,
and and
I can save him for next year.
And that's what I love doing is because in this keeper league, Shohei Ohtani went down, needed Tommy John, and they forget it's a keeper league.
Yeah, or
so
they
don't
be like top one of a playoff team, and they don't want to save that spot.
Right.
So if you're losing already, you just throw them on your team and let them sit.
But here's the deal: I get 5 injured reserve spots.
Oh yeah.
So I'm taking Shohei Ohtani and I'm throwing him on the IR, and I don't lose a spot.
Yeah.
That's
pretty good to have 5 injured reserve spots.
I went to school with Tommy's son, Tommy Jr.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Tommy John?
Tommy John Jr., yeah.
I went to school with Ty Cobb's great grandson. Yeah, his name was Ty Cobb too.
And I'm not allowed to put him on my greatest of all time list.
No way. I guarantee you Ty Cobb was not that good.
Got a man card.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure he was good for the time, but he would he would be one of the greatest players. I don't think so.
In that same thread, like I feel like there's some ball players that need asterisks by their name.
So Steven and I did a greatest of all time episode one time, and we just wound up saying, it's okay to have a all-time for this era, an all-time for this era. Like we can say Jordan is the GOAT for the 90s. We can call Kobe the GOAT, for 2000 to 2010 or whatever, and then we can call LeBron this era's GOAT.
Yeah.
I
would spread it out more like 20 years.
Just because you can't say how Kobe would have done back in the 60s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you can't say how Wilt Chamberlain
Everybody overlooks Kareem though.
Yeah.
Kareem was the dominant. He was the dominant man of the time, but
yeah.
He's also
I can't
2
say
feet taller than
I can't say Kareem would be the GOAT either, because when you say the best basketball player ever, that basketball player has to know how to play every single position. I guarantee you Kareem wasn't bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah.
He was dominant down low.
If that's the case, Jordan's not the GOAT.
He is, because he would post up. He would play defense.
I guarantee Magic Johnson would kill him in the post.
What about one-on-one?
They had remember the USA team? They had a 5-on-5 scrimmage because of them him and Magic talking back and forth.
I was a big Magic fan. I had his yellow and purple Converse.
The first basketball shoes I ever got were some Jason Kids when he was in Dallas. They were like a big gray bubble on the side. They were pretty cool.
I was never a
I
sneak.
never had Jordans.
And that's another thing. Like I'll hand over a man card. I'm not a sneaker. I don't care about
Yeah, me
sneakers.
neither.
I had one.
I buy
like,
shoes
I had the same
from
thing. I don't.
Academy.
I don't like sneakers, and I've never owned a pair of boots.
I got a pair of boots,
I don't have
but I don't
got a pair of
wear them often. That surprises me that you don't have boots, but Hills and Dales is your spot. But you also
I like Hills
But I'll
and
go in
Dales.
jorts. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. That's exactly what I was about to
I
used
say.
to
feel like you
wear
should get
jorts.
a man card for Jordans.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Obviously, I
Cut
being
that
from
you did
Florida,
yourself.
Come on, that's
Hey,
like
there was
part of the uniform.
There was one morning he
I used to
showed
wear
up.
jorts all the
He
time.
showed up like 20 minutes late to a flag football game, and he's this dude.
Hammer
This dude walks up, and he goes, "Anyone got some shorts?" Because he had no shirt, a pair of cut-off jorts, and some tinnies.
You didn't just play in that.
That's
Yeah.
a good night.
I was ready to go. I played good with them too.
Let's start lineup right there.
I was so mad. I was so mad at you. Because you remember we had that Giovanni dude.
Oh yeah.
And so he goes, "Hey man, I need some flags." I said, "Yeah, that Adidas bag right there. Do not grab the black mushrooms." I said,
Oh, y'all got the kid.
there's yellow flags on those poppers. Do not grab those. Grab any other pair." He said, "Okay, cool." Dude grabs those poppers. Right before halftime, he catches a pass. No, and you weren't there. Renee wasn't there.
Yeah.
Paul wasn't there. Like
We
nobody
were
showed up. We were
lit.
playing 5-on-5. You had to have 5 to start. So we're playing 5-on-5. So this dude grabs those black poppers, which they're illegal. Catches a pass, starts running, gets his flag pulled. Dude looks at the flag and goes, "These are illegal," and they protest the game. We missed the playoffs because we tied with another team that we beat twice, and they went to the playoffs because of head-to-head with somebody else. So, yeah, that George story really brought up some foul memories.
Jorts.
But I'm ready to get back into some flag football.
Yeah, man. I'm out of shape.
Yeah, me too. But it'll make me a man again.
Trey Flowers was at Stevens today.
Was he?
Yeah.
You know who Trey Flowers is? Plays for the Seahawks.
He's BB.
Actually, my buddy Lorenzi showed him a home. He's a realtor. Yeah, he was showing him homes. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But he went to Convert. He went to Judson, and I want to say Oklahoma State, and now he's a starting cornerback for the Seahawks.
Very cool.
His brother went to OU, went to Roosevelt, OU, and then I think he's an undrafted free agent. He's a free agent right now.
Malcolm Brown just finished his contract too.
He was with
The
Steel.
Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Steel.
Out in L.A.
He was playing with the Rams.
He just finished his.
Oh, that's
God,
right.
he had a
He was a backup.
6-year contract.
Yeah.
I think he's been in the league like 9 years now.
I want to say, man, let me play one contract all the way through, and then I'll quit and get out of everybody's way and let the next guy up. You know?
I've played against a bunch of NFL players, and it's weird to me because there was some of them that I just didn't think were that good.
Yeah.
You know, there were some that were like, okay, I get why he's in the NFL, but there was like 3 or 4 that I was like, man, how is this guy in the NFL?
Yeah.
After being at Florida and having, as successful as those teams were, and that was the first time that I realized how good you have to be.
Yeah.
Because the guy, he was one of our offensive tackles, and the guy was like first team All-American every year. Was tackle for Tim. That's how good he was. Won 2 national championships, all the conference stuff, yada yada yada. Went to play for he was 6'8", 350. Jason Watkins, massive dude.
Yeah.
And he got drafted with the Bills, played 2 years on practice team. And
Jeez.
that's
Never
it.
made it.
Yeah.
I'm like, and this dude was, I don't know how much better do you have to be than
Right.
this guy
Yeah.
to play in the pro?
Yeah. That's crazy. My brother probably should have made some noise in some tryouts or whatever. I remember he went D3. He was All-American, I want to say his freshman year as a tight end, All-American. Next year had another good year. He's all-conference, whatever. And then my dad reaches out to UT, as my brother's dream was to play at UT. And, they show a little interest in him or whatever. And my dad's talking to him, let's get a highlight tape, and send it over and all this other stuff. And my brother goes, nah, I'm going to stay here with my friends, and finish out my last 2 years here. My dad's like, what? Why would you do that? But, it ended up whatever. But he ended up hurting his shoulder. And, they have little combines here and there, little tryouts or whatever. And he got his position coach got him into one at North Texas. And I can't remember if it was that morning or the night before or whatever. He just kind of warming up a little bit, went to do some lifts and messed his shoulder up and couldn't go. And so that was it. And I was like, man, I had big plans for us.
You needed to take it out.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
man.
why I work Murphy so hard. I'm like, you're my retirement plan.
Yeah.
You better work, boy.
That's why I like seeing those workout videos you got him doing.
Yeah, he
I wanted to text you and be like, hey, when he's rolling the thing up, make sure his arms are straight.
I know, he can't do it yet. And then the weight's a little heavy, so we just started doing that. That's probably the 4th or 5th time he's done it, so he's still learning how to do it. He doesn't get the wrist rotation down that great, but he's starting to get it. But it's like this. He's like, it's funny. But he wants to work out. He's like I got home from work the other day and he says, hey, I got a new workout plan. I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm going to do 300 push-ups and 250 sit-ups a day. And I'm like, all right, you already did it? And he's like, yeah, I did it earlier. And Renee's like, yeah, he was in there working out. And I was like, all right. And the next day I was like, well, let me see if he's going to do it. And I got home and I was like, do you do your workout? Yeah, I did it earlier. I'm like, all right. And then the third day, he was like, I only did 150 because my shoulders were sore. And I'm like, oh, I haven't done 150 total in life.
I think we burst a cage fighter.
Yeah, he's going crazy. He was real into it today. I let him do TikTok now.
Yeah.
He wants to do like little workouts on TikTok type things, and
You'd be surprised how stuff like that could go viral.
yeah, I know. So I'm like, go ahead,
Does he?
That's your ticket, right?
Yeah, he wants to do a kids workout YouTube channel, and I'm like, you know what, that I might just let you do that.
TikTok's about to get in. I have a guy in the cheer space that is like the biggest cheer celebrity on TikTok right now. And
Cheerlebrity. Turn your phone in.
I'll give him all up. He's been approached by TikTok to work on some stuff behind the scenes, and they're about to start doing like educational stuff and like trying to like cater content. It's not just kids dancing to songs and unique stuff like that. I mean, you never know, man.
So he gets excited to do these workouts?
Yeah, he likes them. No, he wants to go. Well, and one of the main reasons why he wants to go is he likes, I wouldn't say he likes beating his friends, because I take 3 kids at a time to work. Well, one at my house, he just likes doing it. And the little work, I want to do arms today, and I'm like, oh, and feel my muscle, and I'm like, all right, whatever, But when I go do workouts, I get home and he's like, what time are we gonna go work out? So about 6:30. Okay, and then 6:20 he's ready. That's
awesome.
So
that is awesome.
But then we get there and he just like he's just working out, because he's just there at my house by himself all the time. So we get to go be with other kids.
How old is he?
8.
There's youth weightlifting.
Oh yeah, I haven't done any weights yet. I don't know. I just heard it wasn't good to do weights.
Well, as a doctor,
early.
I'll tell you that it's not bad.
Oh, okay.
As long as you have a good coach.
No, I'm not a good coach. I'm just like whatever I saw.
But you're begging people for coaching jobs.
Well, no, I'm not a good. I don't know anything about working. Okay, I'm gonna give you my man card right now. I've never gone to a gym to work out ever.
Definitely man card.
Yeah.
Ever. I've gone to a gym a million times.
To play basketball.
I go play basketball.
Yeah.
I'll go swimming. I played racquetball a little bit.
How about this?
I probably can't bench over 100 pounds. But it's weird because I do a lot of heavy lifting at work.
I bet you'd be surprised. I bet if you went through like every lift, I bet you'd surprise yourself.
I probably I could always squat a lot. Like I would go just playing around doing squats, and I could do that. But I've never. I honestly I couldn't say I've ever tried to lift like what is it called, a bench press?
Yeah. He just ran his first 40
Yeah, I did.
a couple weeks ago
Did
ever
y'all,
in
did
his
y'all
life.
see those funny videos of like people getting called out for their tweets?
Yeah.
Like so, it's so funny. Like they have like people that get online and they're the keyboard warriors. Like, oh, I could have ran a 40 faster than that.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
like I could have made that field goal. And like they fly him in and they're like, you know why you're here? Like something to do with football or something. And they're like, can you read this for me? And they make them read their tweet out loud and they make them do it.
Yes.
Cool. Wait, you know what TV show I always wanted to go on was I think it was called like The Average Joe.
Joe's versus Pros.
Joe's versus
Yeah.
Pro. Man, I swear I was probably like 20 something when that came
Yeah.
out.
That show
And
was so
I
awesome.
so wanted to go, and I could have beat most of them.
Who was it? Was it Bill Murray that said, I wish every event at the Olympics had an average Joe for comparison? So you can see
Yeah, that'd be funny. That makes sense.
Bill Murray's great.
Yeah,
Bill
Murray.
Murray.
He's a gem.
Yeah, that's funny.
I feel like anybody who is pro Betty, what's the lady from the Golden Girls?
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White.
I'm pro Betty White.
Turn it in.
Super pro Betty White.
What?
Yeah.
Betty White's
I
cool.
love Betty
No,
White.
she's not cool. But
Not cool.
You never watched Golden Girls.
no. It was the other two, the big taller lady,
That's B. Arthur.
that B.
B.
Arthur,
Arthur.
and
Uh-huh.
and
I'm just gonna
Sophia.
get
Blanche.
And Blanche, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Blanche. Sophia.
I don't know.
The old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, B. Arthur's
Talking about the one
mom.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, B.
I'm talking
Arthur's
about the
mom and
promiscuous
stuff.
one.
Yeah,
That was
no,
all-
not her.
Betty White's funny. Have you ever heard of her comedy special?
No, she's not.
She's funny.
Her writers are not funny,
But it's
and her delivery of
I
her
think she's funny.
her delivery of her writers' not funny material is awful as well.
I think it's the fact that she's just like old as dirt.
Yeah.
And she's still kicking like, oh.
Yeah, she was old a long time ago.
She was old during the Golden
Oh,
Girls.
I'm
You
like,
know,
she
she's
don't-
older than sliced bread. She's literally older than sliced bread.
Oh, I heard that.
That's an interesting fact.
It is.
But I say that to say this is Bill Murray is such a gem. I hope we put him on Betty White status when he starts
Yeah, I can
getting
see
super
that.
old.
Yeah. I like Bill
I
Murray.
think he's kind of already there.
Have you
Yeah, he's
have you
probably
heard about
old.
like the whole process with like movies with him and stuff?
Uh-uh.
So he doesn't have an agent.
He's got a phone number
He's
you
got a
call,
phone
right?
number. And
Yeah.
like it's like you have to like know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, get this number, and you call it and it's
And
a
leave a
voicemail, and you
message.
leave a message. Hey, this is my idea, and you pitch the movie to him, and if he likes it, he'll call you back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And like there's these movies that he's done that they were basically like, hey, this is our movie and like this is our budget, we don't have a whole lot, and he did the whole movie like for nothing.
Yeah.
He did it for free just because he liked the
Love
story.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, that sounds
Dude
cool.
is so awesome.
Yeah.
And now you got Ghostbusters coming
Yes.
back, and they're bringing all of, who's left of the original cast
Right.
coming back too.
That'll be a good one. I have
Did you
seen.
like the girl Ghostbusters?
no,
We're not going to talk about that.
no.
I did.
The only I'm about to head one over too, but the only girls, I guess, spin-off.
If you say Men in Black,
No,
I didn't like
absolutely not.
that one.
Ocean's 8. I like.
never saw it.
I like all the Oceans. The Oceans is my favorite movie series.
I like Ocean's
And then they
11,
did,
Yeah.
and then they did Ocean's 8 with the girls. My only beef with it was Sandra Bullock. I don't like Sandra Bullock.
At
It
all?
should not at all. I think she's a horrible
She's
actress.
all right.
But I feel like they should have had Julia Roberts as the main.
Yeah, that would
Never,
make-
well,
that would
Julia
make- I don't
Roberts
think
was
that
oh
makes
because
sense.
she was already
Yeah.
in Ocean's.
Right, she's
Okay.
Tess already
Yeah.
in all of them. So she's already in there. So
I
like
liked,
Sandra Bullock. I could watch Miss Congeniality.
I've watched it. I didn't watch the second one, but I like Sandra Bullock.
Legally Blonde.
anyway.
I like that movie.
I don't know.
Who else is in Legally? Reese?
I don't. Yeah, Reese Witherspoon. I just
Okay,
don't
I
like
can
her
do I
that
can do
much.
that.
You know what? I like the funny girls like Melissa McCarthy, like
love
her
her. She's
movies
so
and Bridesmaids. I could
Yeah.
watch that over and over.
What's the Australian girl?
the
Heavier
Fat
Side.
Amy?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, from
This-
Pitch Perfect.
she's
Yeah.
so funny.
I don't know.
So does that show you want to get together later? No.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah, she's funny.
Fat Amy.
Yeah.
Who was
I don't know
the
her name.
Who was the main in Pitch Perfect? The main
Oh, I don't
actress.
know.
Anna Kendricks.
Who?
Anna Kendricks. Yeah.
Who
Oh,
is she?
that's the I'll Find You girl, right? The redhead.
Who is she married to?
No, is it? No.
Is that not her? Oh, no,
no.
wait, no, yeah, it is Anna Kendrick. It's
I
the
don't know.
redhead from.
Because
The girl from
I liked her
yeah.
better than.
I don't know, man.
She's married to
Blonde.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Anna Kendrick is?
But if it's the redheaded chick, is who I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Look it up, man. We got to figure it out.
Oh, dude.
I thought Anna Kendrick was the redhead like psycho
from Wedding
Crasher.
Wedding Crasher.
No.
That's not her?
That's
Right.
not her.
Okay.
No.
Because that girl's married to Sacha Baron Cohen.
She's hot. I like the redhead from Wedding Crashers. I like her better than the blonde.
It doesn't have a personal life for her, for Anna Kendrick.
What's she look like?
She's in. I'm trying to think of what other movies.
She's in those
She looks like
commercials
that.
now. Yeah, her. I don't like her.
I didn't realize that was her.
Oh, well. Pitch Perfect, End of Watch. Yeah, that's where I knew.
And to watch it.
End of Watch. Yeah,
That was a good movie.
it's a great movie.
That's a manly movie that'll
My favorite movie ever.
You never saw it? That's a manly movie that'll get you one of your man cards
My
back.
favorite movie ever is The
And
Princess Bride.
whether you,
Right.
I know a lot of men that like that movie.
Okay,
That's
good. I was,
yeah,
and
you
Cry Baby.
Prepare to die.
That's weird.
Shoot.
No, but for
I can
End
see
of
what
Watch,
songs.
like I won't even make you turn over your man card if you cry at the end.
What's sad, dude?
Yeah,
It is sad.
I think that's a good.
Oh, it was
that's a
sad.
good tangent.
Yeah.
Movies that you always cry.
Beauty and the Beast, the cartoon.
Oh,
Lion King.
goodness.
I think I cried during Fox and the Hound
I don't think I've ever
At what
cried
part?
at a movie.
when they grew up and he made him hunt his best friend.
Oh yeah.
I always
But
cry at Green
My
Mile.
Girl was pretty
Hey,
close.
yeah, that's a
Green Mile,
good
I
one though.
cry so
yeah.
bad.
My Girl, when Thomas J dies from the Killer Hornets.
From the murder hornets.
From the Murder
The
Hornets.
Baskin Bees.
Oh, and I get
Baskin.
I get a little shaky at the end of Rudy.
That's
Hey, I
a,
saw something
Yeah.
about her. Oh, she forged. It's been proven that she forged the will.
Who?
so,
No, the Forge of the Will.
Carol Baskins.
oh, did she?
Oh, really?
Ooh.
I'm telling you, they're gonna dig up that septic tank.
Yeah, they're gonna
You know
find
they
her.
reopened the case.
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
that
they
shit.
reopened it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. She did it.
So two like writing experts. You're like, yeah, it's forged.
I love seeing
Nice.
like these memes about this thing, like being from Florida and the north part where kind of the weird people are. And if you're like, can't believe people like this exist. And
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
I
Florida.
know somebody like everybody. In
That's
this
why. That's why when you type in what is it like a guy in Florida or something
You know,
Oh, Florida man.
Yeah.
Florida man.
Florida
Oh,
man,
dude,
yeah.
Florida man.
on this
That is-
date, the Florida man. And
So my
something weird.
birthday, you type Florida man in your
Uh-huh.
birthday. On my birthday, Florida man arrested for attempting to keep 20 pounds of marijuana that washes upon the shore at the beach.
That was me.
that was me.
My bad.
Yeah,
I didn't mine, and mine was a Florida man chases alligator down the street
These are cool.
naked, something like
Yeah.
that.
So what do you do? You
So
do.
you Google Florida man and then your birthday, Florida man,
Yeah.
and it'll bring up like the news headlines.
You don't have
from
to
that day.
just
No,
April
just-
21st.
Yeah, April 21st, because there's so many Florida man
Or the
headlines.
year. Or
You don't have to do a year.
I did the year. I don't know.
I just did the day.
Let's see.
I got a couple of them. They're pretty funny. Florida man sues for the right. April 21st, Florida man sues for the right to marry his laptop. And the sec- and I actually remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
for people that aren't familiar, the headline Florida man, as in like some crazy guy from Florida, there's been so many
yeah.
obscure stories about a man from Florida doing something that they made a pseudo character called Florida Man, who's like the worst superhero ever. And so you can look up the adventures of Florida Man.
And the second one was Florida man arrested after trying to pull over undercover detective.
I think my favorite one was Florida man arrested for drunkenly giving police officer a burrito when asked for his ID.
The stoner loved that one.
Speaking of IDs,
That's like
you
from
just
Cheech and
reminded me.
Oh no.
Me and Crosby hung out the other day, and we call each other twins because obviously we look exactly alike. I just remembered that I stole his ID card, and he has mine. That's my twin, guys. Go ahead and show that
no,
to the peeps. Don't we look alike?
Yeah. You do. What's your Florida man story?
Florida man. Let's see. It was pretty good. Naked Florida man performs strange dance at McDonald's before trying to have relations with a railing.
Well, he didn't. The stoner man didn't quite like yours as much as he liked the burrito.
No, I was looking at that, so I was only half listening. Sorry.
Oh man.
That's what I said.
I heard the last relations with the rail.
What was it? Florida man arrested her after angrily arguing with bank teller when she wouldn't give him a food order.
I'm hungry.
I just want fries.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I like Florida man.
Florida
Yeah.
man.
I think I'm gonna.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that more often. But anyways, tell Crosby I'll crop out his birth date. And don't get mad at me for putting that on the camera.
Oh, his birthday's Christmas.
But nobody knows what
fancy.
year.
Oh, true.
So, anyways, we only have like 17 watchers on YouTube anyway, and they're all Wes's family.
Wes supporters.
I send out mass texts.
Yeah, he does. Do you really?
No.
Oh, you should.
No,
He puts it
my-
on TikTok.
I post it. My mom usually shares it. Hi, Mom. And, then a couple others. I don't know.
That's awesome. He doesn't promote.
No.
He doesn't promote at all.
I just put it that way I could watch it again next year. You know
He
what I mean?
promotes a
On the memories.
a podcast that hasn't started yet more than he promotes his own.
Oh, brother.
Well, I'm not bad about it. I'm super excited for that podcast to start up because I'm gonna do guest spots on it,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. Anyways, we're at an hour. Appreciate Travis coming through. Appreciate y'all coming over.
For sure.
Y'all
for having me.
like, subscribe, share. Tell your mothers hello, and until next time, we'll catch y'all later.
Bye.